Hey guys, welcome back to the Tone Show. Today we're reviewing the first two episodes of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. There will be a bunch of spoilers in this video. That's your warning. Okay, so I was excited to watch this show. I'm a big fan of all the Netflix Marvel shows, and I've been waiting a long time, just like you probably have if you're watching this, for these characters to come back. So it was really awesome to see that everybody's back. That Foggy was back. Obviously, Fisk was back. Vanessa was back. Karen was back. Basically, everybody from the Netflix show was back. That said, I was very disappointed with the fact that they killed Foggy right out the gate. Right, they killed him. I was like, what? First 15 minutes of the first episode, they killed Foggy. That was kind of crazy and unexpected. And I will say that the first part of the first episode, like the first half, felt very clunky. It felt very rushed. Like they wanted to establish, like, look, all the characters that you love are back and bring back that feeling from the Netflix show, which was awesome. But at the same point, I feel like they kind of rushed right through it because next thing I know, Foggy's dead. And it's a ballsy move because why even introduce the character? Just take him out so quickly. But the only thing that I can think of is that they wanted to establish, like, this is the same universe, this is the same environment that you left. And they did that well by bringing everybody back. They even added some new characters. Like, did you see that was James Gandolfini's son? He looks just like him. That was pretty cool. So that he's in the cast. So yeah, they brought back all the characters. So that's pretty interesting. They even name dropped the fact that Spider-Man and the Punisher are around. So we might see the Punisher. And it'd be crazy if we saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on here. But they've been referenced already. And we also have the White Tiger character. So a lot of other Marvel heroes will be featured, looks like, in this show, which is pretty cool. So the first half of the first episode, that was a real rough start. It was really pull off the Band-Aid, and it kind of shocked me. That said, the next half of the first episode, it really kind of like settled down, and we got some bearings. We started to see like what type of show this is. I was kind of worried that we were going to go back to like what we saw with She-Hulk and the other costume. Like the costume looks awesome. Like they really nailed the Daredevil costume. I really enjoyed this costume. I think it hits all the accents. It's very Netflix original, right? So the costume is awesome. The violence that the whole thing is that they're talking about, oh, this is going to be the most violent show that Disney Plus has ever produced. And I get that. There was a lot of blood, but ease me into it. Damn. It was very graphic out the gate, right? But the second half of the first episode, it really settled. You got a hint of what was going on. I feel like the first episode was great to bring people back, jolt them, and then show them like, well, this is the type of show this is going to be. That said, the second episode, it really settled down, and now we know that this is gonna be a lawyer show, right? Like I thought it was gonna be a lot of capes and heroes and villains, which is awesome, and I was looking forward to that. But looks like this is gonna be some courtroom drama with some capes, with some heroes. So that's pretty interesting. They're not gonna go the Disney Plus approach, straight out the gate, show us the heroes. Looks like this is gonna be a lot of political intrigue. Fisk is mayor, and that brings a whole different dynamic to their relationship. So they're definitely referencing some things out of the comics. And I'm here for it. I thought that was awesome. And I like the pacing that the second episode established. Like, I like the fact that it ended with a very violent ending. Not because I like violence, but it was very mellow and very measured. And then it just went, at the end, it was like, ah! So that was pretty cool. Like, it really, so I'm hoping that the third episode, we see more Daredevil. Like, I want to see the costume. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that we're doing the whole courtroom drama. We're doing the whole politics, the city hall side of things. As a New Yorker, it's very interesting because we have a mayor, we have an election coming up. So I thought they weaved that in very nicely. It really spoke to the state of New York. New York needs saving. And even on the show and on the comics, New York always needs saving. So I thought the show was really smart to reference these things and to bring these real life issues kind of like into the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing this dance between Fisk and Daredevil. But even something more interesting, the fact that Vanessa, his wife, has taken over the family business, and she's like the new mob boss, right? She's the new kingpin. That was kind of interesting. I haven't read the Daredevil comics, so I'm not sure if that's out of the comics, but the fact that it's going to be a very interesting conversation between Daredevil and Fisk, and now you add Vanessa to that conversation. So it's going to be a very interesting mix there, right? And I'm looking forward to that because Vanessa obviously has much more balls now, figuratively, than Fisk. The whole thing that happened with Fisk in the Echo series where he got shot, I missed that. Did you guys put it in the comments? Like, when did he get his eye repair? Like, how did he get a brand new eye? Was that an after scene after the end of Echo? When did that happen? Put it in the comments. Let me know, because I thought he was going to be wearing the patch for the show. So the fact that his face is completely healed, they definitely reference the fact that he lost weight and he's a slimmer, more stockier built Kingpin. But I missed the part where his eye was repaired, and perfectly, right? Maybe Vincent D'Onofrio, who nails his character, by the way. Really happy to have him back. That scene in the first episode when Vincent D'Onofrio and Daredevil are just sitting across each other and they're just throwing barbs at each other. I think that was maybe the best part of that episode. There was no action, but all the action was in their presence and the aura that both those characters were projecting. Like that conversation with both of them in that diner, that was dynamite. Like I'm looking forward to seeing more of that back and forth between them. And they didn't even have to throw blows. So yeah, going back to Vincent D'Onofrio, like maybe he didn't want to wear the patch the whole time for the whole series. So maybe that's why they fixed his eye. But yeah, put in the comments, let me know about that. But as a whole, guys, I'm really excited. Like, I think it's a good direction. Like, of course, we could use more hero stuff, right? We could use more action. The action was kind of tame. It was very abrupt and violent. So I'm not bothered by that. But, you know, I hope that there's more action sprinkled in throughout the series. Like, we don't have to wait, like, to small spurts at the end of the episodes. And I hope that Deborah Ann Wolf's character, Karen, is actually featured back. Like, I hope this wasn't a way for her to exit her character, right? Introduce new characters. Like, I really like the effect that she has, Matt Murdock's character. So I'm hoping that that she does come back and she sticks around. And speaking of Matt Murdock, I'm leaving him for the end right here. Charlie Cox's delivery of Daredevil is spot on. It's basically like he just stepped off the Netflix series. Everybody was very sharp. It's like they just stepped from the Netflix series. You really can't even tell that time has passed, honestly. And that's really awesome. So I'm really stoked. I'm hoping that this is a new era for the Disney Plus, not just for like adult shows, but like, you know, more serious shows, and brings a new gravitas to the Disney Plus platform that it's needed. Like, and the MCU needs some help. So I'm hoping that this show definitely delivers it. So put it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the first and second episode of Daredevil Born Again. Are you watching Daredevil Born Again? If you're watching this, obviously you probably are. As always, guys, hit me with a like, hit me with a follow. This is the Tone Show.